What's good, guys? It's me, Gerald the Weep here, back again with another video. Okay, I fixed the audio problem a little bit. So, like, if I hear something like static, I'll cut it out so you guys won't hear that in the video. So it's taken me about 4 to 5 hours to finally be able to make a video. I worked on it 2 hours after I got out of school, and now doing it for the last 30 minutes. About 3 to 4 hours. Anyway, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is what if Madara went to ReZero Part 5. So, yeah. Let's get straight into the video. So like I was saying, oh wait, you guys don't remember the first recording. Yeah, so Madara and Ram, and Amelia and Subaru are heading towards Sanctuary, and Madara spots Garfield, but he doesn't know that's Garfield, and Garfield starts running towards the carriage. And Madara then jumps out and summons clones to go see who it is or attack them. Garfield then pulls out his like one of his beast form arms, you could say. He's not fully pull out his mob beast, his beast mode, you could say, his tiger mode. Tony the Tiger mode. Okay, yeah, so like I was saying, he pulls out one of his arms and says, "Who are you? We sent you were heading towards Sanctuary." And Madara says, "Are you?" He says, "I'm not attacking Sanctuary. Amelia's coming there to free you from those trial things." And Garfield then lets down his guards and he says, "Well, you just follow this road and we keep going there and then we'll reach Sanctuary." And Madara then goes off ahead and sees so he can scout the area and put other booby traps around the area. And Madara gets lost as he is making the booby traps, and he then finds a weird room, and he sees someone walking into it. It was one of the Rizus, I think. Yeah, one of them. I don't know if it's the white one or black one. It's one of those. And he follows them, and he gets transported to the Witch's Tea Party. And Subaru and Garfield, Otto, and Ram, and Amelia are all at the Sanctuary, and they're wondering what happened to Madara. And Subaru then goes off to go search for him in a different direction, but he then noticed two people, and it's Hannibal and Celsius. These are the people not Madara hired, Roswell hired to eliminate Madara. And Subaru, hopefully, luckily ducked behind something so they wouldn't be able to see him. And they are going over a battle strategy. They said they're going to attack at night and kill anyone that gets in their way, besides someone with blue hair, white hair, yellow, a beast, and red hair. So just basically talking about Amelia, Ram, and Rem. Any others that get in our way, they need to be eliminated. And Subaru hears this and he says, "What the heck? Who hired these people? Are they a part of the witch cultists?" He's saying this in his head. He then notices that they're getting closer to him, and he doesn't know where to run to. So he doesn't know if he should attack them or run away, because he doesn't know if he's strong enough to defeat them. So Subaru says, "I was able to defeat one of the archbishops with help, but these people don't seem like archbishops. Maybe I can take them." He's saying this in his mind, and I wish I had the photos, but yeah, the photos are still not working, so sorry about that. Like I was saying, yeah, so Subaru then unlocked another unseen hand. He uses his two unseen hands to try to do the heart attack maneuver, but he has to extend over the distance he had to against Regulus, and he only can grab both of their legs, and he says, "Ah, crap." He then says he throws them against a tree, and they both pull out their swords, and Celsius pulls out his powerful magic because he was caught off guard by this, and he says, I heard your plan. You should just go and leave now. I'm much stronger than the both of you combined. He's trying to bluff his way out of this. He knows he probably can't defeat them. And Subaru's like, listen, I can call for backup at any minute. There's multiple. There's 20 to 10 of us, and we have powerful magic. You should just leave, and I'll forget about this. And Hannibal and Celsius says, you're not the target. You should just move away. We'll let you live if you move. And Subaru says, I'll let you live if you move. And they then start to attack Subaru. And Subaru then gets kicked through a tree, and he starts to stagger as he just got kicked from a tree, and he then summons the unseen hands, two unseen hands, and it's just starting to drain him. He can only summon them a couple of times. I'll give him 5 times he can summon them. He used to the first time when he grabbed their legs, and this is the second time. He then tries to go for the heart, but they jump back. They can't see the unseen hand, like, really see it. I can't remember if Hannibal could see it or Celsius. They might be able to see it, but I don't know. I haven't read the ReZero novel stuff. I just learned about them from the what ifs. Anyway, Hannibal then throws his kunai right at Subaru, and it injures his knee, and he falls down to it. And he then side punches Celsius in the rib, and he goes through a tree, and he says, "What the heck is this?" And yeah, Hannibal then is about to land a killing blow on Subaru with his sword. And Subaru looks up at him, and there's a Sharingan in his eye. And it's a Genjutsu. Madara put it on him to protect him if any case anything bad happened. And Hannibal then stops attacking, and he says, he then knees down and he says, "Master, what do you need me to do?" And Celsius gets out of the tree and he says, "What the heck is wrong with you?" And Celsius like, "Okay, I never had this much fun in a while. Maybe I'll go all the way out." And Hannibal then stands on Subaru's side and he says, "You won't be hurting him." And Celsius is like, "Okay, have it your way. I'll get all the money for myself. I can't believe you're wasting your life on him." And then Madara says he's not wasting his life. And Celsius, "Who is that?" And Celsius gets stabbed with the Susanoo sword in the lower part of his body. It's not his heart. He's just stabbed with it. It's not the big sword sword of Susanoo. It's just like the small one that punctures. And Celsius is injured pretty badly from that blow. And he says, "I was only gone for maybe 10 minutes, Subaru. How could you get into trouble so fast?" And Hannibal then explains Roswell Mathers hired them to eliminate Madara Uchiha. And Madara is very infuriated with this. He says, even in this world, I am still being targeted because of my abilities. It's just like with the Senju. And he says, even after I built a village, even after all I did, I still get attacked. Even in this world, I help people, and I still get attacked. They don't even have ties to me. I still get attacked. This is why the world will always have pain. It'll only be fixed if people live in some sort of illusion that makes them happy or something. I don't know. And Celsius says, "Stop going about this illusion stuff. If you want people to live in an illusion, you should use magic or something." And that gave Madara an idea. He says, "Yes, when Amelia becomes queen, I can use any type of magic and transport myself back to my world." And Celsius is trying to charge up an attack so he can attack Madara, but Subaru sees this and he summons his unseen hand and grabs his heart and he says, "You will die if you attack us again, so kneel." And Celsius feels like something is on his heart and he says, "What the heck is this?" He doesn't want to move, so he says, "Fine, I kneel. You're so lucky I didn't go all out." And he says, "Maybe you should go against the Sword Saint or something. You could probably defeat him." He starts to laugh when he says that. And he says, "Reinhardt is a friend of mine. And you will be serving under me." This is what Madara is saying. He says, "Now, when you look back, you will never be the same man, Celsius." And Celsius says, how do you know my name?" and looks back, and yeah, he gets caught into a genjutsu. And he's now serving under Subaru. And as they are walking back, Madara says, "Roswell, I figured out a lot more about Roswell. He's not that trustworthy. Or Beatrice." And Subaru says, "How do you know?" He says, "I asked this witch that lives here. I think all of the witches live here. Besides Satella, maybe." And Subaru is very confused by this. And Celsius then remarks and he says, "So you met the Witch of Greed? Is that what you're saying?" And Madara says, "Yes, Echidna. That was her name. And she didn't seem that powerful. Maybe Satella is the strongest witch. That's why she keeps me here. I need to be able to get that strong." And Hannibal says, "If you think there's other witches, did you see them?" And Subaru says, "Yeah, did you see the other witches? Maybe they can help us." And Subaru was like, "Yeah, I remember Gluttony saying there's another me. So we can ask the Gluttony Witch or something about that. You should do that next time you go there, if you can, again." And Madara says, she wants to see you, Subaru. She's curious about you. I told her about Return by Death. Madara could tell because he's not gonna be affected by Kitna won't die from being told Return by Death, just like Subaru told her. And Subaru was like, "Holy crap, we can actually talk to the witches about that? That's something good to know." He says this he doesn't like openly say this out loud before I get into continuity errors. Hannibal and Celsius don't hear it. He tells this to Subaru like in his ear. And yes, as they're walking back, Madara also then asked how to kill Satella, but she didn't answer. She just went into explaining all about the witches in their past. And Roswell Manners, he basically then explains the Roswell Manor has been all around this area for a long time, and Roswell is a descendant of of another Mather. And Subaru says, "So Beatrice must have known about Echidna living here, but never spoke about it." And Subaru, he says, "So did you figure out anything about the book?" And Madara says, "Come on, it's common sense now. The books were made by Echidna. That's why Roswell keeps it on them, and Beatrice." And he says, "I think they can only read it because I could probably just use a genjutsu and be able to look at it, but I can just use my Sharingan to see right through it, and there's nothing on those pages I can see." So Subaru says, "Well, we gotta figure out how to deal with Roswell." And oh my goodness, my throat's starting to hurt. I haven't talked this long in a while. Okay, like I was saying, Madara says, "I already have a plan. Hannibal and Celsius will be attacking Roswell. and then I'll put him into a genjutsu. Simple as that. He won't be expecting a thing. And Subaru says, fine. And Madara says, you need to go and help Amelia. She needs emotional support. You don't want to become more violent. And Subaru says, you made me kill someone. What are you on about? Become more violent. And Madara says, you should stay innocent while you still can. When I was your age, Madara would technically be a couple of years older because the village was founded. I don't know when the village was founded. I think it was founded like when he was in his 20s. He says, when I was your age, my brothers, I think 8 of his brothers or 5 of his brothers were dead. I'll go with 5. 5 of his brothers were dead by the time he was 18. I mean, before he was 18 because of a war that he didn't start. And Subaru says, I know about the war. You're with that first Hokage, right? And Madara says, yes. And I need to return there and fix it. So Roswell was like, wait, Roswell's not there yet. I mean, so Hannibal and Celsius, they're finally returned there. And Subaru went to go talk to Amelia. And Rem and Rom were basically attending to Roswell. And Subaru said, after done speaking with Amelia, he asked to see Rem and Rom. He wants to go talk to them so they can be out the way. And they follow him, but they do it suspiciously because they are wondering why is he wanting to talk to them. Subaru in this route, he's good with them, but like he's not like original Subarus where he's like their knight in shining armor for Rem, not Rom. So Hannibal and Celsius sneak in and they see Roswell and they said, we eliminated Madara and Subaru. And Roswell says, oh my. He was shocked by this. He says, nothing didn't happen? What? This doesn't make any sense. And he says, yes, we eliminated Subaru. That's what was his name. He said he was going to hurt us, so we eliminated him before we got to Madara. And he says, how did you kill Madara? He tried to put us into this genjutsu, he called it. And we broke out of it and we cut off his head. This is what they're telling Roswell. And he says, you guys got lucky. Anyway, now I have to take over now. And he says, and they ask, where's their money? And Roswell says, I'll be getting it in 2 days. And they say, I don't think so. We'll be attacking you if you don't give us our money right now. And Roswell says, oh, I see. He then was going to call, he was then about to summon something to attract attention to make them flee. But Madara then grabs him by the arm and goes right through the building. And Roswell says, what is this? And Madara's like, thank you for trying to kill me. I now know your full intentions. This is what Madara is saying. And Roswell is saying, let go of me. You're making my book unperfect. She doesn't even write to me normally anymore. The book it's gone. It's not its normal self because of you. And Madara says, yeah, I've seen Ekidona. I just wonder, how many generations have you lived, Roswell? If you're so dedicated to this witch you should have never seen, and she's been dead for over 400 years. How are you able to see it? Tell me. I would like to know. And Roswell says, it's none of your business. And he says, listen, I'll make you lose your emotion if you don't tell me. And he says, go ahead and do it. I don't care anymore. And this makes Madara angry. He says, you have people you need to lead and you're going to just give up that easily? And Madara then punches him with his Susanoo armor. and he punches him right through the wall and punches him to the street. And everyone can hear that, and Rem and Rom hear this, and they pull out their weapons. Oh my goodness. Rem's mallet and her wind magic, Rom's wind magic. They pull that out, and they go to see what happened. They see Madara is punching Roswell right in the face with the Susanoo armor, and it looks like he's about to kill them. And Rom then shoots her magic right at Madara, and Madara blocks it away, and he says, "He tried to kill me. I can't believe you would still protect someone like this." And she says, "Roswell would never do such a thing." And Rem uses her oh my goodness, I can't remember, sun, is it sun? Shining star? Is it something star? Star something. And she tries to swing it at, oh my goodness, my computer turned off. Okay, she swings it at Madara's leg. Subaru tries to calm down the situation, and Amelia just finally walked outside to see what's going on, and she tries to calm it down too. But they say that there's no calming this down. We need to defeat him. And Madara says, "Defeat me how? You can't even take on the archbishops without me. Subaru over here could probably take them down. He actually killed one, if you remember." And Subaru says, "Calm down before everything gets more violent." Garfield then comes over, and he decides with Rem, Rom, and Garfield then summons all of his beast power, and he says, "If you're attacking the Mathers, I'll be siding with them." And Madara says, "Fine, if you want to be like that." He tries to then explain why he did this, and Hannibal and Celsius then join Madara. And Subaru then said, he pulls out his unseen hands. He gets into a guard stance, and he says, "Amelia, stand back." And Amelia is still trying to calm it down. She says to stop, put down your guard. We're trying to relax them. And he says, "Okay, I'll just get you away from here." And he grabs Amelia with the two unseen hands and runs away. And Amelia says to let go of her. And Subaru says, "If you die because of this, I don't know what I would do. And I know Madara won't kill them. I trusted him. He'll just knock them out, and they'll calm down." And as Subaru is running away, Madara just shoots a fireball, and it almost hits Subaru. And he says, "Geez Louise, a fireball jutsu?" It grazes Amelia's finger, and she yells, "Ouch!" And Subaru says, "This is what you get for not running away." He says it in a joking way. He says, "When someone gets violent, you should either run away or fight. But if the villain is stronger than you, you run away. That's the motto I live by." And Amelia says that's a coward's way to do it. And Subaru says, I learned a little bit about Roswell." He's telling Amelia what he learned. Roswell has been alive for generations, because Aikidona died a long time ago by the witch Satella, and he's trying to bring her back. I don't know how he's using you in some way, but it's possible. That's why he hasn't released your kin. I think that's why you came here, right? He's just coming up with explanations because he hasn't seen no other elves. He only seen Amelia. And he says, "Your elf people are trapped somewhere because of someone, and your past holds the key to it. And if you defeat your past, then you can move to the future trial, and then we can see what happens to us, and see how you can become queen." That's how I see it. It's not a coward's way of thinking. I'm trying to think ahead, so you don't die, so you don't have to rely on me that much. And he then stops and he says, "Madara should be able to finish it by now." And I'll be cutting over back to Madara when this was happening. Rem's shining Moonstar? I think it's Moonstar. It's Star something. Shining Star? I don't know. Madara catches it, and he uses his his fan to blow it back at Rem, and it hits her right in the gut. It cuts her pretty badly, and she's out of commission. And Ram then puts down her weapon, and she says, "Just don't hurt my sister. I've calmed down." And Madara says, "Oh, you calmed down, huh?" Madara then runs and uses his fan to swing her against the same tree her sister hit. And Garfield yells, "Raw!" And he attacks Celsius and Hannibal. But Hannibal and Celsius just take out his knees. I mean, not cut his knees. They trip him over, and Madara then kicks him to the ground, and he uses a fireball jutsu um, on Garfield, and it burns his back pretty badly. And Madara then uses his Susanoo armor to smash him into the ground repeatedly until he was knocked out. And Ram is still awake, and Subaru finally returns, and he says, "Okay, sorry about this, Ram." And he just punches her asleep, and before Amelia can notice, because she can't see the unseen hands. I think Amelia can't see the unseen hands. We don't know. I don't know. Pretty sure she can. In the future, I don't know. Maybe she doesn't. I don't know. Okay, like I was saying, yeah. Madara says, "Geez Louise." So did you figure out anything about Amelia's past while you're running away, being a coward? And he says, "Yeah, your theory was right. They were also talking while they were setting up the plan when they were walking. I just didn't include that part because I didn't want to I wanted to get straight to the action." So Madara says, "Well, since this is done with, I'll be going to that village. Did she tell you where it is?" And Subaru then points on the map where it is. And he says, "Okay, well, I'll be going now. You have Hannibal and Celsius to protect you. Just don't die on me." And Madara then summons his Susanoo, and he flies away. And no, okay, like my dog is looking at me weird. He's just staring into my soul. I'm recording a video, and he's looking right at me when I turned around. Maybe he's asleep. I don't know. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so like I was saying, Madara then flies away, and Subaru then attends to Rem and Ram's injuries. He says he apologizes for not stopping the fight sooner. And Amelia keeps continuing to do the trial because of Subaru giving her confidence. And she finishes the first trial a lot sooner because nothing violent is going to happen. Because the rabbits are not going to happen until another couple of days. And I'm pretty sure Hannibal and Celsius are strong enough to be able to handle the rabbits. Because I'm pretty sure Celsius was able to swing hands with Reinhardt in one of the raft and in the raft wave, so I'm pretty sure he can handle it. And Madara then goes to fly off to see if he can destroy, figure out what happened to the kin of Amelia. And it's been a couple of days, and the rabbits are going to be attacking, but I'm going to switch over to Madara. And Madara then finally reaches that place after resting a day. He finally reached it because he can fly with the Susanoo. He flew over everywhere and attacking Mob Beast to gain more intel about them. He then has to rest because his chakra will drains because he's flying with the Susanoo. As he reaches there, he then sees Amelia's aunt frozen, and all the and another person that looks like someone else is frozen, but he can't make it out. It's this other elf that was running away with Amelia in the later part of season 2. I can't remember his name. Yeah, he was missing his leg and he was frozen too. Madara tries to use a fireball jutsu to to destroy it, but it didn't work. And he says, "Well, isn't this great?" He then uses a fireball jutsu, destroy all flames into the air. It melts all of the ground, but it does not. It barely. It only makes a crack on the seal because the magic is so strong. And he says maybe this is Satella's like stronger, like strong like Satella's magic or something. Who could have done this? And as Madara is doing that, he senses someone walking towards him. It's someone small and he says, "Who the heck is that?" And Madara turns around and it's some a person that he never seen before with white hair. And he says, "Are you an elf or something?" And she says, "No, but you're ruining my plans. What happened to my archbishops?" And Madara says, "You're a part of the witch cultist then." He says, he pulls out his Susanoo and he says, "Well, you're gonna be." Oh my goodness, my computer turned off again. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, sorry for the bad edits. Like every time I record for 10 minutes, it just turns off. I'm like, bruh. Okay, so like I was saying, this is Pandora. Pandora then says, "You have nice shiny armor. This is how you killed Regulus, huh?" And Madara says, "Yeah, you're gonna die the same way. I don't need any more information out of you. I just need to keep killing you guys. And you guys get weaker and weaker." And he shoots a Susanoo arrow right at Pandora, and she doesn't dodge it. She says, "That is one sharp," and then he gets killed right away with that weapon. And Madara was like, "Oh, that was a lot more easier than I thought." And he summons out of his Susanoo. And as he does that, he was struck right in the. Yeah, Madara dies actually in this instance. Yeah, it's a rare L, a rare L for Madara. Madara then gets stabbed from the ground with icicle from the snow. He then says, "What the?" He starts coughing up blood. He says, "No, this can't be." And she starts to laugh at him and says, "This is what you get." And he says, "I don't think so." And he uses his Izanagi. And she was surprised by this. And she says, "You can't run away from this." And she then realizes that she was stabbed in his place. And she says, "He has a similar ability to me." This is what she's saying in her head. And she then fakes like she's actually dead this time. And Madara then says he lost his eye because of her. He needs to go and talk to Subaru to reset. He's saying this in his mind, but he tries to use a fireball jutsu on Pandora, but it doesn't work. It misses the target. And he's right near her, and he's like, "What the heck is going on? What is her ability? She can't die or something?" And Madara is like, this is the first time he ever felt something like, "How do I kill her? What is this?" And he starts to back away, and he says, "I need to run. If she's able to do something similar to my Izanagi, I can't kill her. She has unlimited attempts, maybe. I don't know." And he then summons his Susanoo and tries to fly away. But Pandora then gets out of that fake icicle, and she then makes a barrier. Yeah, she has a barrier up. And Madara flies straight into that because he couldn't see it. And he falls back down to the trees because he was trying to fly full speed with his Susanoo armor. And he then injures his head, and he says, "I can't believe if I'm gonna die to some child." And Madara's like, "No, this isn't a child. You must have been here when this elf village was attacked. That was more than maybe a decade ago. And you got this strong. You probably were the one that did this, weren't you?" And she says, "It was actually Amelia, but you won't be living enough that long to tell her." And Madara says, "You can try that. Try me then." He then summons with he summons his other renegade, his Renegon. He has two of them. He used the Izanagi to get out of that attack. He didn't want to use it, but he had to. He then summons Susanoo clones, and yeah, Pandora says you have more shiny armor. That's pretty unique. You're very entertaining. She says that, and she starts clapping. And Madara starts to get mad. He says, "I've never been so disrespected in my life." He then he asks his clones to attack her, and she just allows herself to get hit, and then she dodges the last one when it's about to cut her in half. She then jumps up and runs all around the Susanoo armor, and the others Susanoo clones are trying to attack her. And they cut off the Susanoo's arm, and she jumps onto the other one. They cut off that one, and she then goes to the main head where Madara is, and Madara then shoots a fireball jutsu, but it doesn't hit again. He says, "What the heck is this?" And he gets kicked out of the Susanoo. Yeah, like she's built different. She's not. I wouldn't say like she's not stronger than any of the Azutsuki. She's just her abilities are just OP. It's crap. Like they haven't defeated her in the manga yet, so she wouldn't. I don't know. She could die, but Madara doesn't know how to kill her yet. But she is killable though. Madara gets hit out of his Susanoo, and he goes flying back to the barrier, and he hurts his ribs and broke his arm from that kick. And she says, you probably need to use that ability again. Can you please show it to me?" And Madara says, go to HELLL. Okay, I'm being weird. Okay, she says, "Fine. I guess I'll go after Amelia then." And Madara says, "You won't be going after anyone." And he says, "I can't believe this will be happening to me." And he says, he then bends down and he says, "I can't defeat you in battle. I would like to join you." And Pandora was like, "Join me, you say? Why would you want to join me?" He says, you're strong, and I want to become strong like you." And she says, "Fine, you can join me, but you'll have to kill all of your friends to do it. Would you be able to do that for me?" And he says, "Yes. I'll report back to you as soon as possible." He's just trying to get out of this place alive so he can tell Subaru to kill himself and to restart. He says, "Yes." And he says, and Pandora says to bring Amelia alive before the rabbits get to her. And she then teleports away. And Madara says she can stop time too or something. He then unsummons his clones and he says, "Oh my goodness. I'm just going to stay where Subaru is. He doesn't have that many powerful enemies. Go after him that I can't take." This was the first time Madara was defeated in this world, and he says, "There's more stronger people in this world than me. And they're children or something." And Madara has to stumble his way out of the forest, and the barrier was lifted, and he tries to run. He has to run all the way back to the sanctuary. He gets back there in time to see the rabbit invasion, but Subaru is killing them pretty easily. And Madara says, "Stop killing them." And yeah, it's been a couple of days since he's left, and Subaru was like, "Oh, it's Madara." And he says, "We already done dealing with these rabbits." He says, "I think he doesn't see anyone else by Subaru." He says, "I was injured by one of the archbishops." And Pandora is listening to him because she put something on him to listen and to teleport towards him. And I think she can use teleportation magic and time stop or something. I need you to die." And Subaru says, "Are you being serious?" And he says, "Yes. I'm not going back there. She's too strong. She can change reality itself. Every time she died, she warped. And Pandora was very disappointed in Madara. She teleports there and she says, "You killed my archbishops, and now you're betraying me after only 2 days. I'm going to kill you this time." And Subaru says, "Oh yeah," and he tries to use his unseen hands, but she doesn't know Subaru has returned by death. And she says, "What are you doing?" And she then notices the return by the Satella's hands, and she says, "Oh, you must be pride or something." And she says, "You'll be very useful, or maybe I should just take it from you." And Madara says, "I don't think so." He then puts the dagger right up to Subaru's neck, and he says, "Subaru, hurry up and do it." And Subaru says, "Can you just hurry up?" Okay, Madara's like, "Fine," and he slices Subaru's throat. And Pandora says, "Why did you kill him?" "Oh my goodness, it turned off again." Okay, and he says, "It's to break reality itself," and everything cracks all around them, and it resets. And it resets to a day Madara was like, it resets to basically when Ram and Ram are injured, and Madara sees that he's halfway towards the ice, towards the ice. You know where Amelia was where she sealed her family at, her auntie. That's where she sealed her auntie at. That's where she's at. And Madara says, "Okay, Pandora is probably around that way, so I'll go back the long way back to Subaru." He then flies back right away because he wants to help with the rabbits. And that's where I'll be leaving off for the next part. Pandora, I don't know how Madara is going to kill her yet. He didn't try to use a genjutsu because he doesn't know if it will work. If she can he kind of figured out her ability is like to alternate reality itself, because he killed her twice, but she didn't die. She survived blows from the Susanoo and didn't get injured or anything. She was able to kick him out of his Susanoo, which he didn't know which was possible. And yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm going to stop the video before the audio starts messing up again. Hope you guys like this part. Overlord with Bell coming out tomorrow. I'm going to be uploading more frequently. I need to go and clean, and I need to go study for my college stuff. You know, being a senior sucks. You know, I can't watch anime no more. I can barely watch anime. Like, you know how many animes I watched in the last 2 weeks? Like 3. Those are rookie numbers, my guy. Okay, anyway, that's all I had to say. Thank you guys for supporting me for the last 2 years. I got 1,000 subs. I'm so happy about that. I'll try to be more. Like I said, I'm going to record tomorrow. I'm going to help as much as I can to keep making videos. I'm probably not going to stop making videos. Like, the latest I'll stop making videos is like maybe, okay, I'll say 30. 30 is the latest I'll make videos. But I'm pretty sure I'm not going to croak by then, so hopefully. Probably shouldn't be wishing that. Okay, so I'm sorry, guys. Okay, peace out, guys. Bye.